YouTube! April has now come to an end, and I've had a really good reading month actually, so I'm gonna do a wrap up. I read a total of 11 books this month, and I'm actually really satisfied with that number. It's a really good number for me, I think. I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about them. The first book that I read was actually a novella. It's this one. It's The Curious Case of Benjamin Button by F. Scott Fitzgerald. It was actually really interesting. I saw the movie a long time ago, but I didn't really enjoy the movie, but I loved the book. So yeah, it's really short. It's like 40 pages or something like that. 50 pages basically. So if you haven't read it yet and you saw the movie and you didn't really like the movie, or you liked the movie, pick this up. It was really interesting, and it's really tiny, so it takes like an hour to read it or something like that. After that book, I went straight into this world. So I read Divergent, Insurgent, and Allegiant by Veronica Roth. I also read the World of Veronica Roth's Divergent series, which is this really tiny book, but it's really interesting because you get to see like behind the scenes of like which character is her favorite character, how did she come up with the names for the factions and stuff like that. It was really like interesting to get into the mind of the creating part of the series. But yeah, if you like the Hunger Games and if you like books like that, like dystopian fiction, you will love these series. And you probably already read them because everybody has read them by now, but they were really good. Really good. After that, I needed a quickie, basically. So I went to All My Friends Are Superheroes by Andrew Kaufman. It's a really short book, like 150 pages or something like that, and it's about this man who's married to a superhero, and on their wedding night she gets hypnotized so she can't see him. He's invisible. And he basically has one plane journey to make her see him again before the relationship will be all over forever. It's a really fun and like different love story. I really liked it. It was really cute. After that, I went for Dan Brown's Angels and Demons. This is my Swedish copy, but it's the same book, so whatever. You probably heard of this book, you probably saw the movie, or at least you heard about the Da Vinci Code. So yeah, this is the first Robert Langdon book that Dan Brown wrote. I already read the Da Vinci Code and the Lost Symbol, so I'm reading these books in the wrong order, but I don't think that it matters because they're standalones. But I really enjoyed this. I don't really like crime fiction, usually, but there's something about Dan Brown and his Robert Langdon character that just intrigues me. I love it, with all the history and stuff like that. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it. After that, I read Seriously, I'm Kidding by Ellen DeGeneres, and what should I say about it? It was hilarious. I mean, it's Ellen. What would you expect? Then I read Half Bad by Sally Green. It's the first book in the Half-Life series. It's about a boy named Nathan who is a witch, but he's half white and half black witch, so he's half bad. It's a really good book. I'm really looking forward to the next one in the series. I'm not sure when that will be out because this is kind of a new release, so it will probably be a while, but I cannot wait. After that, I read Love, Stargirl by Jerry Spinelli, which is the sequel to Stargirl by Jerry Spinelli, obviously. And I have a whole book talk on the series right here. Click right here if you want to see a book talk on the series. Either way, it's a really good series, and if you're feeling lost and you're not sure who you are, or if you are allowed to be yourself, read these books. They're really good for that, and you just realize that you should just be yourself. The 11th and last book I've read this month was Legend by Mary Lou. It's a dystopian fiction, kind of like Hunger Games and Divergent. It's very different. I'm thinking about making a book talk about this. I haven't decided yet. But to explain it like quickly, to me it feels kind of like they skipped the first book. Because dystopian series are often like written the same way. The first book is like the introduction to the community and the main character. And the first book ends with the person realizing this is not a good community and I need to get out of it. And then they get into the whole, how can I get out of this community? What happened? What are the consequences and how do I change things? This book starts out like if Divergent would have been narrated by somebody factionless. This book starts right in the middle of where the first and the second book would have been, so it's, like I said, kind of like they skipped the first book, so it's kind of different, but I really enjoyed it, and I will most definitely be reading Prodigy and Champion in the next couple of weeks. Yes. Those are all the books that I read this month. I'm actually really proud of my pile. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm going to do this. I've never done this before. Already regretting this. Okay. No, it's the other, wrong way. Oh no, I'm putting all the spines the wrong way. Okay, hang on. Oh god. Okay. Yay! So these are all the books that I read this month. No. Oh shit. Yeah, that happened. I'm sorry. That was all I had to say today, basically. So, have a good life, and I will see you when I see you. Bye!